Okay, so here I am back with some more Magecraft, and today we have the Dead Apostle Ancestors Part 1, and then yeah, Part 2, just as long as this one, good old 20 minutes. So yeah, look at Part 2 later on, but for now, you're going to be looking at this. Yeah, the last one, it's just a lot going on, like this whole world, this whole universe. I mean, especially with these vampires, like it's just a little too much, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm just now realizing that after hearing all of this other stuff, right? But yeah, let's see what else he has for us today, right? But other than that, yeah, that's really about it. Yeah, I don't even got much else to say. You're gonna try and get these Magecraft out more, and then yeah, other like Fate lore videos that I may have. Like I think I still got one to look at, like was it Gilgamesh or something like that. But yeah, other than that though, you guys will enjoy this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and yeah, just get this reaction started.
From their consumption came dead apostles,
Yep.
humans infused with the blood of the true ancestors.
Here we go.
These dead apostles, initially made to serve as immortal sources of blood for their true ancestor creators, eventually rebelled, using their immortality for their own pleasure and sadistic entertainment. Unlike their creators, the immortality of dead apostles is flawed, forcing them to rely on devouring blood to maintain their physical forms. As such, they are a primary target of the Holy Church's burial agency, hunted alongside other demonic creatures. Despite this, the Dead Apostles have secured a very informal hierarchy of leadership, helping to secure their continued survival. These leaders are known as the 27 Dead Apostle Ancestors, a council of the most powerful vampires that serve to inspire
27.
all vampires below them to strive.
Yeah, that's why I got two whole parts for
today's
this.
lesson, I will go over the 27 Dead Apostle Ancestors, or at the very least, what little we know about them. I truly mean it when I say this organization is informal. As their members are hunted down, either killed or sealed away, the various seats are either replaced or left unoccupied. Many are sealed away through coffins at the church in an eternal imprisonment, as they cannot be conventionally destroyed in their entirety. Regardless, these sealed members have followers that aim to one day free them. Currently, 6 of the 27 are unidentified and unaccounted for, and technically there is an extra seat not officially included. In addition, many of these members have never been witnessed by those who survived to tell the tale, leaving behind no visual documentation. Others, ironically, play a critical role in the burial agency that antagonizes them. To complicate matters further, not everyone in the council actually is a dead apostle.
Yeah.
As time continues on, or in different worlds than our own, their lineup can also vary.
Yeah, inside the council, but not exactly
Make several lists of varying
dead apostle at the
accuracy.
same
There are
time.
parallel worlds in which the organization doesn't exist at all, and the survivors are instead referred to as superior dead apostles. Even though it is nigh impossible to form a complete understanding of this organization, the 27 Dead Apostle Ancestors are quite fascinating, so please allow me to divulge what knowledge I possess at this moment. While the Dead Apostle Ancestors are listed numerically, they can also be categorized in different ways. For example, members who are older than 4,000 years old have the Elder title, Leave of the Age of Gods. Older ancestors like them tend to value establishing territories and kingdoms. It is how vampires traditionally continue to survive. In contrast, some apostles came about through Magecraft and couldn't care less about tradition. Rather, they became apostle ancestors to pursue more specific goals. Within the group is actually a monarchy of sorts. Fem or Tenros, the 17th seat, is the oldest among them and serves as the king of the Dead Apostles. Arcoade's fallen sister Altruge, in turn, is regarded as the princess. There is a prophet among them who even performs a rose prophecy, warning ancestors of their impending death so that they may seek out a successor. The strongest among them have only
Yo, what
a
is
vague concept
that?
of death and can only be defeated under specific
Get that off my
conditions.
screen,
Not even the
bro.
destruction of their physical body guarantees the
Nah.
death of their souls, allowing them to thrive as phantoms. Even more intimidating, they have the power to use reality marbles. The number
Reality
3 seed
marbles.
is, strangely enough, Brunstud of the Crimson Moon, the very being that created the true ancestors. Prior to his defeat by Keisher Zelretch Schweinorg, he interacted with many Dead Apostles. As far as he's concerned, the Dead Apostles are simply more of his descendants. For this reason, Brunstud can and has created Dead Apostles on his own. One of these apostles happens to be the 4th seat, Zelretch himself. During their fight, Brunstud had sucked Zelretch's blood, transforming the Magus into a vampire. The conflict severely weakened Zelretch, but even so, he continues to be an ally to humanity as well as true ancestors. Over his many years of survival, Zelretch had the pleasure of attending Arcoade Brunstud's coming-of-age ceremony. He greeted the princess with a smile, and this smile was the very first Arcoade had ever seen. Without a concept of happiness, Arcoade inquired about Zelretch's attitude, and he explained that throughout her long lifespan, perhaps she would come to realize that life is fun just being awake. In other worlds, Zelretch never became a Dead Apostle, but nonetheless found other ways of remaining immortal. He held a reputation at the Mages Association for taking on pupils on a whim and subjecting them to strenuous, traumatizing tutelage. One of the most talented of Zelretch's pupils was Nagato Tosaka. He taught the young man his true magecraft
Tosaka.
and entrusted the Tosaka family with his jeweled sword.
Y'all want to learn more about the Tosaka family too. Yes, it's a lot. A lot I gotta remember, find out about still.
Mercury, otherwise known as ORT, the ultimate one who landed on Earth in South America. The tremendous power of an ultimate one inspired Dead Apostles to try and capture ORT, only to be annihilated. While not being a proper Dead Apostle, ORT's vampiric properties landed it as the 5th of the Dead Apostle ancestors, replacing the previous seat that tried to capture it. ORT is deadly, but also docile. It does not openly attack the world, instead only responding to those who disturb its slumber. ORT has no earthly concept of death, remaining stoic with its otherworldly, thick, flexible, sharp, and heat-resistant outer shell. The area surrounding it becomes swarmed by an alien landscape of crystalline towers. Let us return to the 17th seat, occupied by Torfim Ortenros. Despite being a mage who became a Dead Apostle through Magecraft, he was known as White Wing, King of the Dead Apostles, for being Brunstud's very first follower. He's maintained this title by having the largest following and territory of the Dead Apostles. The only person to rival his claim for dominance is Altruge, the Dead Apostle Princess. As one of Brunstud's followers, Hortenbros hopes to complete a ritual designed by Brunstud called Aylesbury Valesti. It is a ritual that not even its participants fully understand. All we know is that it's a ceremony to conjure forth the original Dead Apostle, a being known as the Dark Six, who will bring together all the Dead Apostles upon awakening. This ritual has yet to be completed, but despite this, the Dark Six is ranked as the 2nd Dead
Yeah, I
Apostle
can see
ancestor.
that. Was it number 2, the Dark Six?
Altruge Brunstud, the Dead Apostle Princess, is ranked 9th. In contrast to her luxurious title, she is controversial among the 27. She was born as a hybrid of both Dead Apostle and True Ancestor, an attempt by Brunstud to construct a more suitable vessel. With the birth of Arcoade, however, Brunstud's followers rejected her as an impostor, her body too impure to house him. Among the Dead Apostles, some worship her, while others aim to kill her. Perhaps her greatest strength is her possession of seat number 1, a genuine beast
No,
of
that-
humanity known as Primate Murder.
That looked kind of
He is
cool
a
right
horrifying
there.
monstrosity that specializes in mutilating humans, gaining a taste for human blood after mimicking the
I mean,
vampire
hey.
of his master Altruge.
It may be doing that, but
This beast takes on a much less intimidating form after being tamed by the mage Merlin. In
wow.
contrast to what one might expect, this creature, Kath Palug, is actually quite endearing. Seat number
Okay.
6 is currently occupied by
Yes, let him talk, but yeah, it can do all that with mutilation or whatever, but
bodyguards,
still looking
relying on the
cool.
immortality obtained through a temporal curse. Some call him the Black Knight Strout, as he wields a
Yeah, I can
demonic
tell.
blade called the True Demon Neardark. In contrast, we have seat number 8, Fina Bloodsfelton, the White Knight Blood. He joins Primate Murder and Strout as the third of Altruge's bodyguards. He is the captain of a ghost ship, commanding his crew through a reality marvel.
Oh, I didn't even see that. What is that next to him?
Another of the dead apostles serving Brunstad
Look, a
Crimson
creature.
Moon is seat 16, Gransurg Blackmore. At first, he was an Austrian mage who researched the sanctification of birds. Prior to his defeat from Zelretch, Brunstad sought to battle Gransurg and, miraculously, Gransurg survived the encounter. Impressed, Brunstad made Gransurg his personal magus. In turn, Gransurg accepted this opportunity, feeling obligated for being defeated. To match his new master, he became a dead apostle through his own research, taking the form of a bird. He threw away his former life, destroying his place of birth and serving Brunstad like a familiar. After Brunstad's defeat, Gransurg went on as an independent apostle. He attacked the previous 16th seat, destroying an entire clan to take on the name Blackmore. He fights with a reality marble called Nevermore, which covers the sky with a canopy of bird wings to create a world of death. Within, darkness swallows all life, allowing him to kill over 100 vampires without spilling a single drop of blood. Despite this, he is actually one of the dead apostle ancestors imprisoned by the Holy Church. While there, he works with the Mages Association. The 14th seat is occupied by Van Fem, another of the oldest dead apostles. Despite being old himself, he felt that Ortenrose's kingly status was old-fashioned, encouraging him to break away from that faction. Van Fem's territories are occupied by demonic golem castles, the fifth of which, Matri, was once taken over by Fina Bloodsfelton, whom I've already mentioned. Ever since, Van Fem has held a grudge against Altruge Brunstad and her bodyguards. Breaking away from the old-fashioned vampiric methods of dominance, he began to pursue worldly influence in unique ways after World War I. Instead of hiding in the shadows, he has lived among humans to establish a world-leading conglomerate, V&V Industries. Tales of his wealth include the purchase of a casino boat in Monaco, named Fem's Casa, where he challenges visitors on a daily basis. Even though his methods differ from other ancestors, Van Fem has been instrumental in furthering the Aylesbury Valesti ritual, using legitimately gained money from human society to fund it. As such, the Church has trouble trying to intervene in the ritual. I said before how resilient dead apostles can be, and Stanrobe Calheen, the 11th seat, proves my point. He was once destroyed by the Church, and yet he still remains as a ghost while retaining all of his power.
Yeah, is that why I can't see him fully right now?
This state as the Duke of Predation for the next 200 years.
I can
before
tell he seems pretty vicious, but
a
like...
dead apostle ancestor we've already mentioned in previous lessons is
Oh.
the 15th seat, Rita Rozay.
They got a lot of red on her.
Artist's lady. She used her immortality to cultivate a taste for the arts after inheriting her predecessor's castle. There, she bathes in blood on a nightly basis.
Oh yeah, even messed up the white dress, like...
do whatever she pleases.
Yo.
One of these indulgences is thought to be management of the Rail Zeppelin train for
Oh,
training
her.
mystic gods. Its manager was either Rita herself or another from her clan. Even so, this individual was ultimately chased out of the train during a fight with Toko Aozaki, and now that task is handled by a spiritual emanation. Rita's more obscure friend is the 21st seat, Sumire, the water demon. As her name implies, she is a unique vampire who lives underwater, having conquered the deep at the expense of her strength on land. Even so, she is the only dead apostle capable of using Marble Phantasm, the ability typically exclusive to true ancestors, as well as teleportation.
Well, it's pretty
In
unique,
contrast
alright.
to all of these amazing abilities, however, Sumire is a drunkard, proving to be more nuisance than threat. Her friendship with Rita is interesting, in that the two of them have formed a pact to kill one another. Presumably, this is preferable to other forms of death, as it is one they have chosen for themselves. Of course, that does not make violence between the dead apostles admirable. Doing so has actually caused ancestors to lose their rank. such as the case for Enhance, the 18th seat, or perhaps I should say former 18th. He first earned his rank by killing his former master, but was quickly stripped of it after going on to hunt other Dead Apostle ancestors. Known as the Knight of Vengeance, Enhance wields the former 18th's weapon, the demonic Sword Avenger, which releases malice when swung. As a fellow apostle hunter, he is entrusted with a church-made firearm called the Burial Artillery Scripture.
Oh, that's what?
His body contains
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, what is that arm? I know it can't stretch like that, can it?
As he uses them. The sword harms the nerves in his right hand, while every shot from the scripture rots his left hand.
Has a cross on the gun.
He can scale walls like a bat, along with growing wings. Enhance is not the only Dead Apostle ancestor to make friendly with the church. The 20th seat, Miram Solomon, is also the 5th member of the Burial Agency. As a human child, he had a unique ability to speak with animals and materialize people's wishes. He was considered a planet terminal, a manifestation of Gaia, the Earth's will to protect humanity. As such, he was worshipped as a deity by his home village. To keep him from ever leaving, however, the villagers amputated his arms and legs. Again, prior to the battle with Zelretch, Brunstad noticed Miram's predicament and challenged the villagers to imagine beasts for him to fight. Over the course of a single night, the villagers could use Miram to conjure monsters from their imaginations, but if those monsters could not defeat Brunstad by daybreak, Brunstad would slaughter them all. The challenge ended abruptly when Miram, straining to materialize so many beasts, died from the pressure. In response, Brunstad revived Miram as a Dead Apostle and told the 14-year-old boy that, to be free from his captors, he should replace his missing limbs with beasts of his own imagination. Since that day, Miram has shown gratitude towards Brunstad, extending that gratitude toward Archwade after Brunstad's demise. As such, he bears hatred toward Archwade's sister Altruge, angered that an imposter like her would steal Archwade's glorious long hair. With all of Altruge's bodyguards, however, Miram knows that he can only defeat one before meeting his own end. Thus, he has teamed up with Gransurg Blackmore to assassinate Altruge. He joined the church for the opportunity to collect holy relics, and was accepted for his willingness to hunt down his fellow vampires. His Dead Apostle peers brand him a traitor, while at the same time tolerating his betrayal. This is mainly due to Miram's strong limbs, which he reformed in the shape of his village's gods, the 4 great daemon beasts. His left arm is classified as the King of Rats, based on the rodent friend he found in the ceiling of his temple. This rat can take on a humanoid form, and often disguises as an elderly priest to act as Miram's adult representative. After all, Miram
King Rat.
his childlike appearance, admitting his true form would interfere with his work at the church. When apart, Miram and his left arm communicate vicariously through other rats. A somewhat comedic anecdote is that he loves cheese, and tolerates humanity out of appreciation for pizza. Miram's right arm is called Lady Windup, a lofty mechanical doll made to represent warfare. While armed with various weapons, Lady Windup also serves as a fortress, with access to its interior from a staircase on its stomach. This puppet is temperamental, even toward its own creator. While it will execute Miram's initial orders with precision, it loses interest as more orders are given to it. Miram's left leg is the King of the Sky, a 200-meter manta ray that soars above land as an embodiment of freedom. In terms of combat, it is a glass cannon, strong, with a debilitating lack of defense. Lastly, Miram's right leg is the King of the Land, the Black Dog of Destruction. It is a four-legged whale monster.
I was about to say, dog, that's like a whale.
Unlike the other limbs, it lacks human-like intellect and loyally follows Miram's orders. Because of this, Miram relies on it to stomp.
It may be looking weird, but this is what I like right here. Just, yeah, the creativity in all of these beasts.
The 24th seat. He was sealed by the Burial Agency.
Never can even think about that.
Cooperates with them as a secret weapon against Dead Apostles.
24.
The stomach. This is because El Nahat has a special ability to use refraction to literally erase his opponents in battle. With each use, however, this refraction completely wrecks his body, and recovery takes several decades. To that end, him being sealed in the church is more of a means to protect him between uses.
Oh yeah, two
He's
belts
sealed
are
in
on
a
his.
room of mirrors and can only be removed by the royal agencies first.
Hey
or
man,
separate
what did my
members.
boy do?
So far, we have successfully covered 17 of these dead apostle ancestors.
And that's
In
17.
addition, the 12th, 19th, 22nd, 23rd, 25th, and 26th seats are all unaccounted for. They were either killed or sealed by members of the Holy Church. The remaining 4 seats, as well as the unofficial extra seat, are all quite a bit more involved. Given that today's lecture is already long, I find it beneficial for us to resume the topic in our next lesson, where I will discuss the likes of Nero Chaos and the notorious Michael Roa Valdemyong.
Okay, and that is about it for this lesson for the day. Yeah, that was definitely a lot. And yeah, y'all definitely would know. I cannot remember all of that now. Come on now. Because he was talking about extra stuff with the church and all that I haven't heard before. Then, yeah, the Tosaka. Like, yeah, you already know I ain't gonna remember all this. Yeah, but let's just go back a little bit real quick. Yeah, stuff like this, though, it may be looking weird, but, hey, man, just the creativity in it. Then, yeah, this right here, the, yeah, whatever she is. Yeah, King Rat. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I guess her as well. Yeah, with the water, you know. Yeah, water vampire, right? Something you never think of. Yeah, that was a lot. Oh yeah, what was it? Yeah, his reality marvel. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I was just listening and I'm like, I can do a lot, can it? Like, yo. Sounding pretty good. Oh yeah, and this right here. Yeah, I got to know something at least. Yeah, this beast right here. Yeah, trying to see what it can do for real, like. Cause I want something like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, let's yeah, wait and see until part 2 to learn more about these dead apostle ancestors. Yeah, for now it's like, yeah, there's a certain amount of them, but it's like, yeah, some of them just don't know about, like, yeah, what really happened to them, either dead, or just don't have no information about them. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for this. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you like, subscribe again, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to see you guys soon with another Magecraft.